Namaste, angels. I'm here to do a client reading for somebody for whom I've read before. And if my memory serves me, because we're Facebook friends and we occasionally email back and forth, and I've sent her energy and things like that before. So we've had conversations, and if my memory serves, in addition to some other things she recently shared that we have in common, she's also a Gemini. But I'm not starting with air. I'm starting with the 3 of Earth and the power of creativity, recognition for very high quality work, be a team player. I think this is about abundance that's about to come into her. I actually did see a lot of very positive Earth cards as I was shuffling the deck. So I think this is something, because the 3 of Earth is a card that can signify, yes, being, part of a group, maybe on a group project, and that can maybe at work, so that can afford you potentially some benefits and luxuries. But also it's about like the boss having like a watchful eye on you and wanting to give you a raise, a promotion, a bonus or something or other. And your boss can also be the universe, at least for me. Opening from there to the Queen of Fire represents the divine feminine in the tarot. Also is a Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries, or somebody taking on those attributes. She's confident, warm, intelligent, and graceful. Stretch your wings and fly. Don't underestimate yourself. Assert your independence and creativity. So this can be representing her, very, very passionate, very creative right now, making things happen at work that's being recognized, or in her work, whatever that is, even if it's freelance. Again, it can be the universe, that's your boss, keeping an eye on you. Noticing that she's really putting, her blood, sweat, and tears into her projects, and that's going to pay off. Queen of Fire. Opening to the 8 of Air, an illusion of being trapped, a lack of self-confidence, and being afraid to take action. So that's sort of the opposite of what the Queen of Fire represents. And if she's feeling this, she really needs to draw on this, because this is air. So this is likely more mental than anything else. Like, it's in her mind. And this is actual, like, power that she can, manifest and use. Queen of Fire. Opening to the Hermit with Archangel Raziel. Spend time in quiet meditation, spiritual teaching, and self-discovery. The Hermit represents the sign of Virgo and other earth signs, Capricorn, Taurus maybe. And it's about going within. I'm going to cut. Going within, learning more about you. Three of Earth back. And the overall energy here is the 4 of Water. Missing an opportunity, discontentment, or boredom. Open your eyes to the possibilities. Masculine is the King of Earth, who's generous, professional, responsible, and practical. He also may be a Virgo, Capricorn, or Taurus, and perhaps the reason why the Hermit showed up here. A successful time. Confidently accept opportunities you're offered. You have the Midas touch. Good time for the masculine to apply for credit. He may be offered jobs and opportunities that he wasn't even expecting, that he potentially didn't even apply for. And as I say that, I pick up the next card. It's the Ace of Earth. The inflow of abundance, a promising business venture, important documents or contracts. This is a divine, like a blessed new beginning. It's very karmic in that sense for me, because it's like a bounty from the universe. Masculine, wow. So his dreams are coming true, basically. Masculine subconscious, the 9 of Water. This is a big resounding yes from the minor arcana. Yes, you can have whatever it is, you're asking for, you're seeking. Your prayers are being answered. Your wishes are being granted. This is wish fulfillment. The feminine is release or death represents the sign of Scorpio or the water sign. Cancer, Pisces, the end of a phase or situation, spiritual transformation. It's time to move on. This is about death to something in your life, in your situation, so that something new can be born. So it's not, it makes sense to have, for example, death and an ace on the table at the same time, because something ending so that something new can begin. Something in your life is going to change. It's going to transform. So in that sense, it dies. Even if it, and there's a remnant of it and it's still in existence, it will never be the same again once the energy of death takes over. Surrounded by, there's that Eight of Air yet again. An illusion of being trapped, a lack of self-confidence, and being afraid to take action. So that was for you the first time I pulled it, and it's still, well, as I was shuffling, and it's back here for you again. But this is here too. This guides you to keep on going, not to give up, and not to succumb to this kind of energy. Protect that which you've created. Have courage and believe in yourself. You have this strength, the wit, whatever it is you need to get out of this bind, or what you feel is a bind. Crowning. It's the Seven of Water, a complex decision. A need to do research. Stop procrastinating. Seven of Water can be about multiple options that we have and or fantasies. Sometimes it's like our head in the clouds, very Piscean kind of energy. Somebody may have a decision to make as well. At the roots, it's the Empress with Archangel Gabriel. Lavish abundance. Give birth to your dreams. Nurture yourself and others. With the Empress crossing the Ace of Earth, this is certainly the birth of something new, maybe a new business that the masculine is starting, a new job. Something else that's going to bring him total, material fulfillment. If not love as well. I mean, this is abundance. And the Empress represents both types of abundance. It does represent material and financial, but also love, because the Empress represents the planet Venus, who rules the signs of Libra and Taurus, but also is the goddess of love and money. So crossing the Ace of Earth, this is amazing abundance coming in from the universe, certainly to the masculine. The heart of the matter. The Knight of Earth, who's loyal, dedicated, honorable, and kind. It's time to buckle down and get things done. Honor your commitments. You have a guardian angel. So like the Ace and the King, the Knight is also a Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus. And an indication that abundance is coming in, especially sitting here next to the Ace of Earth and atop the Empress. Sitting next to your Eight of Air, you may be afraid to move, maybe afraid to start a new job or a new project, a new business of your own, a new opportunity. Maybe this is the decision you have to make. You're thinking, your head's in the clouds. You have to allow something to die, the old you, your old job, whatever that was. You have to allow that to die in order for this to, manifest in your life. Help to make you abundant. And that's up to you. Even if you're getting tired or feeling worn or feeling stressed out about it, the universe says that you have what you need in order to keep going. You have the strength of the sign of Leo, of Aries, and maybe you have that youthful energy of Sagittarius. You have the fire burning to continue pushing forward. Next card is in reverse, but I want to take another one just to see. Okay, let's see what this is, and if we can clarify further what the Eight of Air may be about. And it is likely about the earthly as well, because the Hermit's back. The Hermit, which again represents the sign of Virgo, or can be here for Taurus or Capricorn, or things of the earthly. Also, the need for you to go within in order to make your decisions and to move forward. Make your choices. Spend time in quiet meditation to do this, doing some self-teaching and self-discovery, or what I, call, and some of us call introspection, right? Going within. Let's see if the romance cards can shed some light here on things of a romantic nature, beginning with playfulness. To recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. Playfulness, a very common card to show up for somebody like a Gemini, because it's about, that youthful energy, lighthearted energy. Somebody needs to release an X. And right away, I felt that it was likely an EX as opposed to a capital X, but one of you may need to do some of that, or one or both, may need to do some of that too. In any event, in any case, either case, the time has come to clear your energy. Playfulness back. This could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. Playfulness and trust. This situation is calling for you to have faith. Playfulness. I'll go one more. Keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. Playfulness. I'm going to cut. Attraction, which is all about the law of attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. So you don't want to put out this energy of fear and, potentially or possibly ego, because that's what's going to be returned to you by the universe. This is the purpose of going within, so you can straighten yourself out, straighten out your own energy. You've got 2 9s here too. So whatever this difficulty and stress is that's got you, maybe even feeling physically tired and run down and worn, that coming to an end soon. But you want to be mindful of the fact that it exists, so that you can be mindful of what kind of energy you're carrying at any given time, and keep what you release into the universe positive, so that that's what's returned to you in kind. And the overall energy here is retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world. Atop the King of Earth, getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. Atop the Ace of Earth, maybe with regard to this new beginning, this new start, heart-to-heart conversations. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other. Atop the Nine of Water in this wish fulfillment, love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. His wish could have been to be released from something that was holding him back. And now he has an opportunity to nurture himself, as this card sits here next to, again, the Empress, which is all about that mothering, that nurturing, and or, giving birth to something new. The Feminine, here atop Death, give your relationship a chance. Work on your partnership. So go ahead and release whatever is old and allow that to die, so that you have the energy and the flow to work on your new situation, or your situation anew. Here atop the Hermit, and the Eight of Air is true love. This is the romance of a lifetime. This would indicate that you might be afraid to move forward. Like, that this is true love here, and that's why you're like immobile. That's why you're unable to move forward. You're stuck by it. So that's why you need to spend some time within too. Here atop the Nine of Fire. Religious factors. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. Here atop the Seven of Water, honeymoon. Enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. This may have something to do with a holiday, perhaps in July. Now, I realize you're not in the United States, so maybe not July 4th, but something else that could be coming up in July. I don't know what else we would consider a holiday. But I'm feeling July with this 7 of water. This can also be representative of a honeymoon phase of something that is new. Certainly crossing the Ace of Earth, it can mean that too. But I'm feeling something about July. Hopefully it'll come a little stronger. Here atop the Empress is express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. So part of nurturing is certainly expressions of love, communicating our feelings to one another. That nurtures a relationship and nurtures a person. So this is what the two of you are guided to do here. And at the heart of the matter, atop the Knight of Earth, make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. And that too would apply to both of you. To add even more clarity, I'm going to, or attempt to at least, I'm going to go to the Ascended Master cards, beginning with Father, Husband, Brother, Son, and Osiris. And I felt that this may apply in some way. Like right away it came to me that this had something to do with the masculine. This Father, Husband, Brother, Son. Maybe he has children and he has to make a decision about that. A decision having to do with children and or family is a possibility. And I've opened opposite this Father, Husband, Brother, Son to artistic expression, Paul the Venetian. That could be the need to come up with creative ways to express your love. Opening to drink more water and Oshun. So one or both even possibly going through an ascension period and needing that water, needing to remain hydrated. Very, very important. Father, Husband, Brother, Son back. And opening to Power of Joy, one of my favorite cards in this deck. Because it actually means what it looks like it means. Father, Husband, Brother, Son back. I'll go one more. It's Go Now and Serapis Bay, which may be connected to this Death card is what came to me. Like, go, move forward now. And that now at the bottom. And now it's mother, wife, sister, daughter, and Lady Nada. The overall energy is trust and Vishnu. Here on top, getting to know each other and the King of Earth. It's positive change in power body. So I feel that right away that this is a positive change, not only in the masculine's finances, but in your communication, the two of you sharing communication. And I think actually in July, so maybe this is the special thing. I think in July, Mercury enters Virgo. That may be what allows for this communication connected to this King of Earth for you. I'm feeling that it should be improving anyway. It should have been improving communication toward like the last week of June maybe, and maybe from here on out. Atop the heart-to-heart conversations and the Ace of Earth is Ganesh. And yes, so he's moving or has moved already the obstacles out of your way that were preventing you from moving forward before and from maybe getting to those heart-to-heart conversations and from this inflow of abundance that may have been blocked previously. He is knocking everything down so that you can have that. So you got yes and positive change sitting here atop the yes card, the 9 of water. This whole row for the masculine is like everything coming up roses, basically. The Midas touch, as the King of Earth suggests. Here at top, love yourself first. And that 9 of water is crystals and epona. So part of loving himself first may be crystal healing for the masculine. Aw, here at top, give your relationship a chance, work on your partnership. And the death card is the power of joy. So you're allowing maybe the opposite of joy maybe to die, right? Maybe pain. Maybe lack of confidence, maybe fear, maybe, inhibitions, whatever was holding you back with this 8 of air. Now the opposite of that happening with the energy of death, it gives birth to the power of joy. Atop true love. Oh, Jesus has such they all have a wonderful sense of humor. Atop true love. Where I said you might be fearful of approaching the love, and that's why true love would show up with the 8 of air. Well, here's Jesus to say, yeah, that's exactly what's going on, and that you need to open your heart to that love. Allow it to thrive, allow it to give way to joy in your life, like immense joy. Atop religious factors and the 9 of fire is priorities in King Solomon. So I feel like whatever this represents, this religious factors, that it is the tie that's binding you. It is the thing that's holding you back. Actually, it's whatever this 8 of air represents. And it's something that you need to cut away or allow to die a natural death with the energy of death. Or you can cut it away like, the Queen of Swords you would be if if I'm right about the fact that you were a Gemini. I do recall that though. Here atop the 7 of water and honeymoon, it's purification and white Torah, and it's crossing here this energy of where I was saying something needs to be cut out from here, and it's sitting here next to the joy. So if there's something that if you remove it from your life, it's going to give way to the joy. The masculine removes, whatever he needs to remove from his life. If he continues, because those obstacles are being knocked down again by Ganesh too, it gives way to, the positive change. It sits here above this knight of earth, which is a knight that always reaches his goal. Things, what he set out to do, it happens. So all we got to do is our part here. Here atop, express your love. And the Empress is listen. So we're not going to just be talking. We're also going to be listening. So this thing can go both ways. Communication needs to be able to pass both ways. And love needs to be able to pass both ways. So when we're communicating love, we definitely want to be able to both give and receive. At the heart of the matter, atop make the effort and the Knight of Earth is energy healing and Merlin, and it's crossing the crystals. So definitely, I think, if not both of you, the masculine certainly needs to work on healing and or clearing his energy, that purification there. I actually have another deck here. I was going to do, I guess, a cross, and I didn't do it. I can do it at the end. I don't know why I just picked up this 4 of water, which was your overall, or is your overall energy, missing opportunity, discontentment, or boredom. Open your eyes to the possibility. But when I did, the 3 of air, upright, is also behind it. Great sadness. Take time to heal. There's a need to forgive yourself and others. And I think this is your third, this would make your third 3. As well. So there's a third energy, and maybe that's what you have to cut away. There's a third energy present. Maybe that's what was coming through with that father, husband, brother, son card for me with the masculine. There's at least 1/3. We've seen the 3 of earth. We've seen the Empress. And now the 3 of air. And that might be what's brought on, what's the cause of the 8 of air. There's a fear of allowing someone to come in again, right? Opening our heart and allowing someone in again after past hurt. We're still carrying past hurt. We're still carrying parts of the past that we need to allow to die to give way to new and joy in our lives and love in our lives. Masculine's advice from the angels is the Queen of Fires. He's being directed right back toward his counterpart if he, was uncertain about that at all. And to draw on his own creativity and passion and put it into this work that he's got going on for himself. Stretch your wings and fly. Don't underestimate yourself. Assert your independence and creativity. Queen of Fire is confident, warm, intelligent, and graceful. And a Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries, or someone taking on those attributes and behaviors. The advice to you from the angels, the Knight of Water, beautiful. He is emotional, romantic. He's the most romantic knight in the deck, in the tarot. Emotional, romantic, enthusiastic, and contemplative. Falling in love or wedding proposals, the need to balance emotions, and maybe an invitation to a social event. From the romance angels, boom, free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. So this goes with the obstacles that are sitting here. It might go with, again, the father, husband, brother, son. Maybe this is a wife, a mother, a child, a combination of those to which he's feeling bound or who that have placed or been obstacles in his life. He may need to make a decision in order to help Ganesha or encourage Ganesha to, move anything that's remaining in his way out of his way in order to free himself up. And maybe that's part of what's going on with you too. What we're, part of from where your fear stems, that you don't see him as completely free. But allow for the new love. Look, it's like surrounding you with the Knight of Water and new love and the power of joy and the Ace of Earth. This is all indication of, and death, one of my favorite cards. These are all indication of the universe wanting to give you a brand new, like a fresh start, a divine fresh start. From the Ascended Masters to the masculine. Find the blessing in your current situation, says Krishna. So this can be whether he's exiting some sort of situation or circumstance, possibly even relationship, romantic, or otherwise. There's a blessing in that. Leaving something behind to give way for something new. There's a blessing in that always, even if there's also sadness and things like that. And that's what he needs to be mindful of and open his eyes to. The positive change that's at the end of it. The pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. And for you, yoga, says Babaji, there's a need to meditate in some form. And if this is your preferred form, certainly go with this one. But any form of meditation and healing practice, because you both got to work on energy healing, will certainly do. I'm going to give you that other spread now. And I'm beginning with Trilogy of Light, which is a very Trinity type card to me and for me, because to me it represents certainly the two, the masculine and the feminine, and in any order, no particular order, and the divine, right, to the unity, and us trying to get nearer and nearer and nearer, as close as we can to that Christ consciousness every day, trying to continue to grow in that area. And from there, opening to, speaking about, trying to continue to grow, emergence. Very similar colors in this card. And this card also always makes me think that the darkness and everything is beneath us. Like we were there. So we're coming up from that. And again, we keep trying to rise higher and higher and higher and closer to, our own personal divinity. Trilogy of Light, opening to heaven and earth. This card is about the need to let something die, let something be in the past, let something be over, let something go so that we can move forward. Trilogy of Light. And meditation, on which we ended from the other spread. So we know there's a need for that energy healing. And opening to spiritual growth. That now at the bottom. I'm going to cut. Healing sounds. The more of the need for you to get into meditation, perhaps specifically work on like the crown chakra, the third eye chakra, the sacral chakra, and perhaps working specifically with healing sounds as your, modality, healing modality. Boom. Overall energy here is soulmate. The feminine about herself, birth. So the same way you were death in the other spread, death allows for birth. So you carried that energy into this spread. There's a need to let something go, again, let something die, so that something new can be born. And you're aware of that. Or at least you are now. Your higher self was, and now you are in this plane. The masculine with relation to you, relationship. I was using the word relation to you. His relation to you is that you are in a relationship in his eyes. And with regard to himself, as it relates to you and the union, moon tree. This is a card of sacred marriage. So now we're getting to the really good stuff. I'm glad I didn't skip this part. He sees you definitely as his, sacred counterpart, divine partner, divine wife, sacred wife, So we got soulmate, relationship, and moon tree, a card of sacred marriage, all, in one spread. And the masculine's feelings with relation or with regard to the union itself. He's afraid. He's as afraid as you. Or maybe he's afraid because he's aware that you're afraid. Because you were the one that felt especially bound. And that's not odd. If you're the one carrying the air, because, we do that. That's what we're about, anxiety and things running through our mind, not necessarily fear, but apprehension and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it can lead to fear, certainly, and it can lead to like driving ourselves nuts. And if that rubs off on somebody else, or they're a witness to that, it can be like, whoa, like, do I want to deal with this? It becomes scary for everybody. So this is where he is with regard to the union right now. He's afraid of the whole thing, but he otherwise wants it and can't not want it. It's a sacred marriage, in his mind. And he definitely wants the relationship part of it too. Overall, creativity. This is coming up with creative ways in order to rectify any of these issues like this fear and to move forward. Maybe it's 7/9, the special day for you guys, the full moon, because I got stuck on that 7 of water. Maybe the water stands for Cancer, and it's that full moon there during this season of Cancer. Because there's a moon here and there's a moon here, the moon tree. And then I often get distracted by this water. And it can represent water signs for me. typically, specifically Pisces, because it's like this very translucent fish trying to jump out of the water. But, you know, water signs in general too. And air signs, like air and water combos, because she's got this star on her forehead. So that speaks Aquarius to me. And especially being surrounded by the water. You know, Aquarius, the water bearer. And she's got some sort of vessel in her hand too. So there's like the air and the water element. But overall, for you guys to come up with creative solutions and ways to not only heal yourself, but the union. Like, so yourselves individually, that nurturing that you're supposed to do. So it's nurturing yourself, nurturing one another, nurturing others, and nurturing your union. Outcome. Golden path. Heading on down the yellow brick road together. Beautiful. What would the masculine have you to do or sacrifice toward, you know, getting to a positive place, you know, and removing this, maybe healing this union? Golden memory. So there's something from your past of which he wants you to let go and only take the good, only take the lessons and leave the rest, leave the baggage behind. That's what your masculine asks of you. What is he willing to do or sacrifice toward this union? Okay, he's afraid, but he's willing to tackle that fear and jump right in. Sacred union. How beautiful is that? Sacred union, sacred marriage, relationship, and soulmate. Okay, he's all in here. This is the masculine spread, basically. With the exception of this position right here. This one is what would the universe have the two of you to do or surrender in order to move forward. Maybe rectify this. Dreams. This is about the universe speaking to you in your dreams, in, you know, 5D, through visions, through meditation. This is about you, one of the two of you coming together in those ways in the 5D and being able to heal situations and circumstances there that you can carry into your 3D plane in your present when you wake up. This is about following your dreams in that metaphorical sense and your hearts to all of this, you know, beautiful love that awaits you. I hope that you enjoy your reading, dear, that you find it helpful. Namaste, Angel.